Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
180. 52. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And some space here. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Corey Grant, 78 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. They said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 58, right? Go.
To the air, Allen. Space to maneuver at the 40. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Now Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Throwing on 2nd down, Rosen. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 1st down, Grant. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
This is Grant. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Darkwa. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
You better be afraid of me. You better.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Oh, Rosen is stripped to the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Hey, quarter.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Hey. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike.
On third and long, it's Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. The Bills send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Returnable for Grant. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
4 yards. That's good for a Dolphins first down. First and 10.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Check Mike, check Mike. Check 9, check 9.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant, and he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge differences we know between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On third down, Grant. He's got the first down here inside the 30. 31 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. Check, 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 check.
Now Darquan. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
At the 8-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run with Darquan. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Hey, watch it.
Here's Grant. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Corey Grant with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Allen to throw. Going to throw again. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Coming to you. Pass. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Allen going to throw. Dancing to his left. Got an open man. It's Scott. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen, blitz coming, and down he goes.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
You're not ready. Check.
On 2nd down, it's Grant, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Check three. Shoot.
On the run, Darkwan. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Hey, wahoo!
From the gun, it's Rosen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Shazier picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing on second and long. Allen flushed out right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Kill. Pass. Hey, tight. 58 to Mike. Hey, Charlie. Let him know. Here we go.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Hey, switch gears. Hey, hold. Go 58's the mic. Here we go.
Allen will try again on second down. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. 36. 52.
On third down, Allen eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
58, come on. Here we go. Alpha. And 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Alert. Watch the screen. Under 10, under 10.
Now Allen again. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Allen. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about team scripting play.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Switch. 56. 52. Jack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Yannick Ngakoue getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go back to Grant. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Check 13. Check 13. Hey, quarters. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Big edge, big edge, big edge.
On 3rd down, Grant. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Another try after the 1st down sack. Allen. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. So Allen breaks the huddle, and his guys will go for 2 here. Now Allen completes it to Davis. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some 1st downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. First throw now for the backup Breeze. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pick up there.
You ready?
And the Dolphins use the mic. First down.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Good kill.
SOS. SOS.
On first and 10, here's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. To throw is Rosen. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 42.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 42-yard line. Now a give right side. It's Grant. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
I got you, pump. Watch tight end. 3 down.
They'll run again now with Darkwan. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Grant. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a second and 13.
We're ready. Yellow lady. Stay with your man.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. On third down, it's Grant. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll keep it on the ground. Grant, and he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Corey Grant with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Right there. Man out, man out, man out, man out. Slam. Middle.
Here's Allen to throw it. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Parker that time, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. It's going to be a long. It's going to be a long.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This taken in by Jakeem Grant. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Take 4.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Allen throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Go!
Now Allen throwing on 3rd and long. Finding Knox there, complete. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now a give, right side. It's Grant, and he takes it across midfield to the 45. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Rosen. And he finds Stills, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready? Double time.
Middle.
Mike 52.
Rosen to throw. It's complete. Stills. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Here we go. Here we go. 58 to Mike.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jerome Baker in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it done. Sound. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Deuce, deuce. Deuce, deuce.
Allen now looks to throw, and the pressure gets to him again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Miami, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they moved